Hajimemashite, boku wa JD desu. Hey everyone out there in YouTube land. Fallout 4 Far Harbor. Now, I am new to Let's Plays. I'm not new to playing video games. But Let's Plays I am. I have an Elgato capture card from a few years ago. It's an HD capture card. I'm recording in 720. I've adjusted audio and my voice. I didn't like some background noise that I could hear, so I've tried to edit all that out. And we're going on a tour of my settlement. Oh, at Longfellow's cabin. And we're going to do a tour of this and my other two settlements. Oh, the MPVC and Dalton Farm. So, everything looks good on my monitor side. Let's check and see what time it is. It is 12:50 a.m. Oh, right here. If you hit the... What is that? Well, it's not the hamburger menu. It's the double window menu. Let's see. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it zooms for you. Anyway, so this, as I said, is Longfellow's cabin. This is the cabin itself. I have done nothing except remove a few things. And Longfellow's sleeping. Look at that. Of course, it's after midnight. So, really, I mean, I removed some stuff. There was crap in this corner and fishnets. But this is my actual settlement build. I built it like a boat. If you think of a fishing boat. I worked in Dutch Harbor for a little while in Alaska. And so I built it kind of like a boat. You might get that feel. Right here we have the rad scrubber. Decon arch. The God arch, as Wonderbots would call it. Most of the settlers actually walk in this way to visit the clinic. Weapons, armor, clothing, or general. Now, honestly with you guys, not all of these are manned yet. Because as you can see, I only have 8 settlers. Anyway, so they're not all manned yet. Anyway, what I like to do, because above here I actually have, you can see, I have the beds, the bulk of the beds are up there. Oh, I didn't mean. But what I like to do, actually I did want to do that. Why is she hanging out? Then she'll be assigned to that bed. Because what I like to do is I'll assign someone to be an armorer, say, and then I'll assign them to a specific bed back here. That way they can, you know, get up and go to work, and then after they're done working, they can go hang out and have a drink or eat dinner, whatever they do, whatever their routine is. Anyway, so for this settlement, I went through the basics. I gave myself a Nuka machine. I chose orange because it's, you know, colorful. And power armor, which I don't really use often, but I've got a station. I like the jetpack so I can, you know, double jump. And I've got a station here. I have no power armor in Fahaba. My power armor is actually back in the Commonwealth. but it shows me Far Harbor because, you know, I go there to get on the boat to go home. And my weapons workbench, and of course my cooking station, which I keep my dirty water separate, and food, because I plan on doing a survival not play through, but a survival gameplay. I plan on switching over to survival. Right now I'm on very hard, excuse me. Anyway, so it's my cooking station and armor. Well, let me touch it so you can see its armor. Mostly I keep my things back in Sanctuary. So this is a way station. I'll come in and drop off whatever I need to here, but ultimately it does move on to Sanctuary. Now these two tables, you notice it's a mid-century sofa, chair, and table. They're mid-century. So is this lamp. It doesn't show it, but it's a mid-century lamp. That is from the DLC, not DLC. It's from the Creation Club options. Just like my backpack. It's a Creation Club option. Can I get into better light? As well as endurance and what? Endurance, intelligence, charisma. Now, some of that I did add. Because I think by default it just comes with endurance. And I added charisma and intelligence with a different mod. I use a few mods. We'll look at that shortly. We're going to do this tour first. Anyway, we'll go over that. Let's move on. One mod I use that I'll cover when we go over that is the locking mod, where I can lock. And it's the Polish version because it's smaller. It's a smaller file size. And so I have barn doors set up here. Not barn, these are warehouse. Warehouse doors set up here. And I can lock it. And it's Polish, so it's locked. But if something goes down, you know, we can pop up. And then look at it and take it out. It'll be fun. It's happened, actually. It's in another video. Lock that one back. Now the only problem with that is if I'm near a container and I try to jump, like right there, you see if I jump on Xbox, it's Y to jump. I'm just going to lock the container. So now it's locked. Now the convenience of that is that I could put, let's say here in this, I keep weapons. If I was concerned about the villagers or the settlers grabbing these weapons, I could jump back and I could, yeah, I'm going to lock it. Lock that up. And then no one can take my weapons, but I'm not concerned with them taking those weapons. Those are things I like, but don't care if they take them. Now these doors, I don't lock. They just typically don't use these doors, so they don't leave them open. Now it does clip right there on the staircase, but I can live with it. It's not too immersion breaking. Right here, you can see, well, I did the thing. I did the stuff. So we've got floor mats covering this up so that people don't fall down when they're right here. this door stays locked because it leads to my power and water. That way, settlers don't open the door, leave it open, and we get attacked, and then someone is in here just throwing grenades directly at my generator or water to blow it up. I've also used the glitch, as you can see if you've ever experimented with the glitch, to where you run power just all over the place. I like that glitch. Anyway, if you don't know how to do it, it's the power glitch. Google it, you'll find it, the Fallout 4 power glitch. So right here, you know, of course we can run out if we want to. Run back up inside, whichever way. Wrong buttons all the time. Anyway. So this is the settlement. Oh! Let me go upstairs. They use this door typically if they're going to go upstairs. And the only thing up here are beds. He has a backpack on, or she. Supply line, that's it. You know, send them to a supply line. But you can't do that in Far Harbor, I found out. Front turrets? Oh, that's a Mark 1. Those are supposed to be 7. Uh-oh. And upstairs?
A lot of people only got the clothes on their back here.
Really? Is that true? He's in my way. Okay. What are these then? Are those Mark 7? Mark 1. Wow, I thought they were Mark 7. Anyway. And then of course my conning tower of all the turrets. And the Vault Tech population management system. If you haven't used this, it's awesome. Basically, you get to log in and you see you can control your switches, which if you've ever experienced the spotlight glitch, you can either do it with the switch or the spotlight control. You turn it off and turn it back on again. Oh, target admin. That would be target me. Anyway, you go into the switch. If the spotlight is still moving, but it shows no light, you just turn it off, turn it back on. Now, I have switches for each of my, or for each area of my spotlights. That way I can toggle it when I want to. And that's only because it, you know, it times out. It has errors. Oh! The other functionality, you go in, if you have someone that's unemployed, you can assign them to a job if it's available. Right now, everyone's employed. But let's say you have, like with my gray garden in the Commonwealth, the caravan count is like 15 or 18. It's pretty high. All of them are robots. And they're assigned to be a caravan. But I could go in, if I'm looking for a specific one, instead of waiting around, I could sit there and remove from current job. Now, I would have to choose all of them, but with the robots, I've named each one of them for where they're supposed to go. So I'll unassign them all, from Caravan, and then they'll all just be at, back at Grey Garden. Like, for example, I assigned Ada to Caravan. I did. And if I wanted her immediately, I could just unassign her. Anyway, but the best part is just basically, hey, let's see who's unemployed, because if you have more than 4 unemployed people, you won't get new settlers, and your happiness goes down. And then you can assign them. I don't know why it gives me the option. Oh, there's no one unemployed. But once they show up, I can assign them directly there. Anyway, that's the use of that guy. And that's under Power Miscellaneous. And you can use a terminal or an overseer or a Vault-Tec population management system. I call it the Overseer's Terminal. Anyway, so this is the basic village or settlement. Now, instead of walking to them, we are going to fast travel. Typically, I will walk in Far Harbor because it's not huge, but figure fast travel will get us there quicker for the purposes of the video. So here we are at the visitor center. It's listed as visitor center under your workshops, although it's the MPVC National Park Visitor Center. Fahaba. So the first thing in the visitor center is my recycle center. This is the Auto Butcher. That is also a part of a mod. We'll go over mods later. You throw in. This wasn't planned. They're just here. Throw in anything that you can pick up. Babe, you'll like this too. So you throw in a Raider or whatever, a Deathclaw if you can pick it up, Mirelurk, whatever you can pick up with the A button and drop on the conveyor. And then it breaks down anything in their inventory. And produces it. Bones and everything. Anyway, if you didn't know about that, it's kind of interesting. Fertilizer I got from, I forget what it was from. A bear. Yeah, a Yaguai. Let me check. I leave these machines in place because occasionally sodas will respawn. Anyway, that's, yeah. Anything in their inventory, of course, goes directly into the storage. And then you get meat. You can see several raiders and ghouls and Yaguai. And then junk. You get bone. Fertilizer comes from Yaguai. Arm bones and all that. Human. Skull, human, and Yaguai hide. Anyway, it breaks down things that you don't want hanging around, and also gets rid of body parts. Anyway. So I cleared all this, deleted all this. This is the visitor center now. You'll notice it's 3 stories, although the 3rd story isn't really functional. I've got turrets all over the place, you know, of course, spotlights. And I've got, oh. Okay, I got a bar and a weapon stand in here. Weapons not assigned yet. Got the kitty poster. And of course, I left that shelf up there until it starts falling down. And I'll pick it up. And this is my overseer center here. Let's see if anyone's unemployed. 1. Now I can assign them. Oh, no jobs. Really? I had to make a job for them. I thought that the weapons thing here was open. Oh, it's been assigned to somebody. Never mind. Well, I'll have to create a job for that unemployed person. Not a lot going on down here. Weapons workbench. I left these podiums here. I'm gonna develop that. I've got 2 beds down here. Matter of fact, 4 beds total, 5 people. Is there? Oh, there's a robot here. That's why that's not. So before more people show up, let me throw some beds up here. I always use this simple bed. At my raider outposts, I use sleeping bags because, you know, forget them, right? Try to stay a little bit ahead by making extra bed. Anyway. Alright. And right here, I couldn't get a piece to lock in. Mats. And I left this as a doorway for future expansion if I decide to. But from here, you can oversee the area. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Anyway. And the robot down there is tending my corn. This area is completely redesigned. I do not use the Place Anywhere mod, in case you were wondering. So I've got a few turrets down there. 1 there. The 2 you saw in front. And these guys. They have a high angle of attack. And can get really anything that comes at us. Anyway. Oh, I can actually show you the next part just by doing this. So you'll see the 3rd floor. Well, I couldn't jump there for some reason. This is the 3rd floor. So I have space here to put a bed or 2. Space here that I can see down. This, again, I couldn't get the floors to snap in. Didn't need it, really. And then downstairs. That one's barred off just so you don't accidentally run and fall all the way down to the 1st floor. I left this open, though, so we can use it as a quick way down because there's no way down here. Like there, we can jump up to the 3rd floor. or get out here. So you go around, you don't want to fall down there. You can see into the inside of the second floor. It connects. Then you can go down to the first floor. Mostly the first floor is solid. It doesn't have the grating that you can see through. And of course, again, the power relay glitch with water. And most likely I'm going to expand the walls out. But that's later. This was just, you know, pretty much temporary, impromptu work. Do I have a beacon? I'm pretty sure I have a beacon here. Yeah. Oh, there it is, right there. Oh, alright, shoot over it. Okay, that's the beacon. Anyway, and that's pretty much not a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time spent on that settlement. I love the god rays right there. God rays. Anyway, you see I have the 4 turrets up front. These are Mark 7. Okay. Anyway, oh, and like, junk. And again, in case anyone asks, bottle caps I'm keeping below 100 because I have, well, we'll go over that right now, actually. Where is it? Right there, and you can barely read it, but you get +3 to strength and +3 to endurance if you have less than 100 caps. So I try to keep my caps below 100. That's why I leave everything in the workshop. Because that keeps your endurance and strength there, like, pretty high. Well, higher than normal because I have a level up. Look at that. Yay. You know, of course, 6 and 6. And for endurance, I'm actually now working on solar powered, so I want to use that level up right there on endurance. Anyway. And that's the end of the visitor center because there's really nothing else to show you. I scrapped everything out here. And let's go to Dalton Farm. I've still got to go get the wood mill, I guess. We got the radium rifle again. So we're at Dalton Farm. This one is very simple. One structure. Well, it's 2 actually. My management system there. I might as well take you upstairs first because we've got our turrets. Got a way up from the beach. my robot.
I gave you that voice module for a reason. I don't feel like having a conversation. Actually, I'll be back later.
Not really. But that's my farmer and a human farmer. Water, recruitment, all that stuff. It hasn't respawned yet. And this is the power. It's not as secure, the water's not inside, but power's in there, so they can't jump in and shoot it up. That's it. Got a bar and a shop over here.
If the fog doesn't...
I guess that's the new guy. Does he have a job? I don't have anything for him to do yet. He's not assigned. I'll have to create more jobs. But that is the tour of my current Far Harbor settlements. And I still have a lot to explore. Not that I haven't done most of it before, but new run. Oh, I've got to go to Echo Lake next. Alright, well I'm going to log off here and we'll do that later. How about that? Thank you for watching. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Don't forget to subscribe.